right now, as you're watching, we're in a brand new place here. It isn't fixed up, it's not done, but as you might have noticed over the years, this is another Fraser Family Foundation promo film, and yes, we're bringing everything back.
Yes.
Taking a long time. I'm Master Gardener Bernie DeLaNay.
And I'm Bobby Buds for Life.
And we have a brand new place that we're going to be filming on, but this place is going to get fixed up. We're changing things around due to the fact that we just decided to do some different things.
And it's the big, beautiful, spacious room.
It's it's a different place than when we've been filming for the last couple of years, I should say. And I want to show this specifically. This is the number 10 here. Can we get a good shot of that, Mr. Cameraman? One of the reasons, and we'll tell you the reasons we have the gloves on too. Not because it's really cold in here. There's a reason for it. But this is the old Channel 10 from Wausau City Hall, Wausau, Wisconsin, no matter where you're watching from. And by the way, thank you to all of our viewers and subscribers. We're starting to get a lot. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.
The name of the channel is, and always has been, It's Not Work, It's Fun. That's my gardening show, plus Bobby Buds for Life, her health and beauty aid show, and Ride the Planet with Professor Philip T. Watchwell. And that we all produce that in north central Wisconsin. Now, there's another thing. This is one of the original Channel 10. We started out, it was actually Channel 7, but then we changed it for many, many years to Channel 10. But now, if you watch it, it's 980. It's not 9.80. It's 980.
And that would be with cable, right?
That's with cable. But for all of you watching on the internet, thank you so much. We watch on Twitter, X, Facebook, and YouTube. And the reason we've made some changes is because there's been changes. There's always change. Okay, we've made some changes on not only with how we do Wausau Public Access, what we restarted after so many years of being out. It's called Wausau Public Access TV. The government one at Wausau City Hall is called Wausau Area Access Channel, but we call this Wausau Public Access because it's actually for the public. The public.
Yeah.
And the reason that is there is, yes, folks, we have to fix it up. This is very old. It's more than 30 years old. Is because that was one of the original channels, one of the original studios we were in many, many years ago. Now, as you know, Dennis DeLaNay is we're rerunning the old reruns of Professor Watchwell or Ride the Planet. He doesn't really want to make any new ones just yet because we're all older. We are senior citizens on fixed income, okay?
Believe it or not.
And we do the best that we can. And some of the things that we've done in the past are episodes called Andy's Shorts. We're going to be bringing them back. They're short little versions of not my gardening show, not Dennis's science show, and not her health and beauty aid show.
Holistic health and
but
beauty
just
aid.
the funny things that happen in everyday life. We call them Andy's Shorts. And we'll be airing some of the old ones as soon as we find them. You got to remember, folks, we literally have thousands of reruns. I've been doing this for about 40 years, so yeah, there's a lot of reruns there. And she's been doing it for a number of years, about 14 years. My husband's been doing it for about maybe 32 years. So yeah, we go back a long ways. And we're proud of what we've done.
Yeah.
We're proud of Fraser Family. We have helped many, many, many veterans, and I mean get veterans off the street, get them into apartments.
And transportation to and from doctors and
doctor's appointments,
grocery shopping,
gas cards,
whatever, school,
to put gas
whatever.
in their vehicles so they can make it to their medical appointments. Not only medical appointments, dental appointments, eye appointments. But besides all of that, looking at Channel 10 brings back a lot of memories. Here is a miniature that my husband made of this particular desk. Now, we can't sit on this desk. And this desk is very, 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 very old. It is over 35 years old, 35 years old. We're fixing it up. Yes, we have to paint it. Can you get maybe a shot down there? Mr. Cameraman, can you go down there a little bit? Just show a little bit of that. Okay, now bring it back up here. This is one of the little tigers right here. If you can get a close-up of this little guy right here. Okay.
Tony the Tiger Jr.
Yeah, that's Tony
Jr. Yes.
Jr. The reason we got him is when we started doing our fundraising events, which Bobby Buds for Life and I, we have done many of them over the years. We've done lots of them, contributed a lot of money to the veterans organizations.
And also the people who have problems with sight, and also, I might add,
hearing.
Hearing.
Yeah.
Yes, as well as there was a point, I don't know if we ever actually followed through with this, where we had an opportunity to make the walkway for people from outside into their homes, the walkway
the
for
ramps.
wheelchairs.
Yeah, we had we provided materials for one business to get a ramp. They did build it.
Yeah.
But we were going to do more. You know, things happen. The shamdemic COVID, you know, the China COVID thing came
And we
along.
had a very ill family member, God rest her soul, at that time.
Yeah.
God rest her soul.
And we used to use him in our demonstrations. People would just put in money into a little pot, and then we would donate money to the veterans.
Mm-hmm.
We actually helped get a couple of veterans off the street.
And also, remember the gift cards from
Yes.
McDonald's?
Yes, from McDonald's.
Buffalo Wild Wings?
Yeah, absolutely.
Wendy's?
Culver's. Yeah.
Culver's?
Yeah.
I think there was one more that I can't remember.
And then this, of course, is what I have described as the poor man's structured water, aloe vera water. Folks, you do not know how many people over the years have come up to us together, or either her or I, and said, hey, I tried this. I was at stage 4 liver cancer, and they're still alive because they tried the poor man's version of structured water, or the aloe water. You can see the aloe floating in there. It's all aloe. I think you can see this pretty good, right, Mr. Cameraman? Mr. Cameraman's been with us for many, many years as well. And this is just a bottle that one of the business partners that we have is Dollar Tree. And K. Van Burgundian Gardens, Spring Hill Gardens, Nurseries, Brex Gardens. That's the ones that work with me, and there's quite a few others actually that work with me. Plus, we also work with U.S. Cellular right here in north central Wisconsin. And this is where I got these seeds here, this tomato seeds and some peat pots, what I'll be using. But
also, may I say one more thing about the water, the aloe water?
Absolutely.
Not only does aloe used to be, we were told several years ago, one of the main ingredients in cancer drugs. Now, we can't, we have no chapter and verse on that, folks. Not advertising for anybody, okay? Just that's what we were told in the research that Mr. Gardner usually does first than me.
Yeah.
At any rate, this is excellent for cleaning everybody's system out from the inside out. Oh my gosh, what it does for us. It helps
absolutely.
your sight.
Yeah.
Also, I personally know of 3 people who were literally bleeding on the inside internally.
Absolutely.
Maybe not profusely, but just enough to the fact that it's coming out.
I think one of them was bleeding pretty profusely, though, as I recall.
I do too, yes. And just enough to be worried, and talking amongst ourselves, quote unquote, as they say, said, well, let's try more of the aloe water. And sure enough, we did, and stopped.
And then there are those people who we've
and again,
asked.
This is no advertisement for anybody.
That was ask us for our help, and we told them what we do, and they're too stubborn to take it.
Yes.
So that's on them, not on us. But I also want to point out these gloves right here. Now you think we're sitting in here, and of course because we're freezing. It's not real. It's
Can
not.
I tell I used to be a model?
Not really that cold in here. We're doing this on purpose.
No.
Because these are gardening gloves.
Aren't they pretty?
And those are they're
Can
fashionable.
You imagine? These are
gloves.
so pretty and fashionable.
Yeah. These all came from Dollar Tree. I bought them from Dollar Tree at one point for, at one time or another. They're old. You can tell they're kind of old. But they do have fashionable ones.
Mm-hmm.
And we will be doing a live television broadcast about health and beauty aid and gardening come this spring. Okay. Now also, We want to do have some band concerts in this area. We want to bring in copy bands of, say, maybe the Rolling Stones, the Beatles, things like that. We're working on all of that stuff. And one of the reasons that I wanted to show these off is because your local Dollar Tree, they just have so many products.
Yeah, just great.
And I use them for gardening.
Things,
this is from there. This is not. This is from there. The peat pots are there. The seeds are there. I don't really want to take them off, but I don't think Mr. Tiger was. The reason we got Mr. Tiger, though, Tony Tiger Jr., is because when we were doing a demonstration in somebody's business, we used to do demonstrations in some of the local grocery stores and the hardware stores.
Yeah.
They said, "Oh my God, you two are tigers at not only what you do, what you believe in, and collecting money." Collecting money to give to the veterans. We give pretty much to the veterans, and then people who had trouble with their sight, wanted to get glasses, and also the hearing impaired community that needed hearing aids.
The gift cards providing for that for them if they had to
so,
take on their appointments.
Anyway,
if need be.
We got Tony the Tiger Jr. because we are tigresses and lionesses at what we do. We've been called that, and that's all the stuff that we've done throughout the years. Now we're doing that again. We've never really stopped, but it got slowed down by all of the stuff that's gone on the last several years. Not only the
China virus,
the shamdemic, the COVID, China COVID, and all of the
mandates,
that were in place. That some of them were just really didn't make any sense. And then there's one last thing right back here. Now, something I'm going to make a whole big episode out of. This, believe it or not, this is a pineapple plant, okay? I got to get this, okay? You can see, it's just tiny little.
Sure.
I bought this, and folks, by the way, I have a huge pineapple plant. It's like half a tree, and it was I can't even lift it up. It's so darn heavy, and it's actually got pineapples growing on it.
Oh, wow.
I've got some plants that are really, really big. They're in a little bit warmer areas than this room. We have to fix this room up. Got to get it up.
And it's come a long way already, believe me. It was jam-packed, floor to ceiling.
Yeah, it was.
Not too long ago.
Okay, so
done a lot of work.
This is the pineapple. This is a pineapple plant, and I bought this from, I don't know, I'm not even sure. I know a bunch of the garden companies in Wisconsin and a couple of other states. And they actually will send me plants or sell plants to me really, really cheap. This was maybe 50 cents by whomever I bought it from. I couldn't tell you where I got it. I just don't remember. But it was probably a little close to a year ago that I bought it. It was really in bad condition. Much better now. I'm going to put it in a heated place because pineapples love to grow in the organic state. I'm saying that on purpose, of Hawaii. They grow all of their vegetables, fruits and vegetables are organic. They don't allow any pesticides anymore. Plus, you can make pesticides out of marigolds, grow them yourself. I've done it for years. And this is one of the things, and the hyaluronic acid is located in the pineapple that's close to the green part coming out of the plant. Now, is that where hyaluronic acid comes from? No. It's just a little bit. It's more collagen for our skin. Contains a minuscule amount of hyaluronic acid. But I'm going to do a big, huge show on where hyaluronic acid comes from. And we don't really say it the right way. We say it this way. Hyaluronic acid. Okay.
Maybe she does.
Now, I don't have the kernels of wheat or barley, but it actually comes from hyaluronic acid. The main place that it comes from, believe it or not, is after the wheat kernel and the barley kernel has actually fermented and turned into wheat germ and just fermented barley, okay? It's got to be fermented. It's got to be in warm temperatures. It's got to have a lot of moisture. That's where hyaluronic acid comes from. That's the stuff that people sell to you, a little tiny container, and they charge you $40-$50 for it. But this has a little bit too, and I thought, and this is a Hawaiian plant too. Well, this is not gonna stay in this room. It's gonna go in a place where it's gonna be put underneath lights in a very warm area, and it'll grow beyond belief. Like I said, folks, I have a huge pineapple plant. I've got ones that are about bigger than this up to here, but I've got several of them. And someday I will show you how to grow a pineapple plant from buying a Hawaiian pineapple right out of your grocery store and how to do it. If there's a trick to it. And I know a lot of the tricks, okay? So, at any rate, this is not quite that, the structured water, but some of the minerals are the same. And there's one thing I really, really got to stress. Folks, our food chain is going down the drain, no pun intended, because the minerals and the vitamins are not being replaced in the soil. I've been saying this for years. When I was on Wisconsin Public Radio, I'm one of the former master gardeners to Wisconsin Public Radio. I had my own show for about 3 years there, and I took calls from all over the world. They also put me on NPR 4 times, okay? And I answered calls from all over the world. The myelobedium, the riboflavin, the minerals, the vitamins, vitamin C, vitamin A, vitamin E, the not vitamin D that mostly comes from the sun. That's what burns out a virus if you have a virus. At any rate, potassium, calcium, magnesium, different kinds of sulfurs that all have to be in the ground. This soil is special soil. I made sure I put some of my own garden soil in there. And if you want to add your own, you have to have organic soil that you deal with. You can't spray it with like the herbicides and the really bad pesticides. I hate to say it, but Agent Orange is a bad pesticide. Okay, it killed everything in its sight. Plus, the guy's got cancer. I know a lot of veterans, and the story's the same all over the world. They got cancer after being in that stuff. So, how do you do that? You have to let, for instance, the cows, the beef cattle, they eat the grasses. Okay, the regular marsh grasses. Okay, the regular grass. You can't spray it with a bunch of stuff. You make the world's safest organic insecticide. It comes from marigolds. Some comes from petunias, and then there's a couple of others. But the third one that I want to mention is geraniums. That all makes a big difference, and it all goes into our food chain. If this pineapple plant right here, if it doesn't get the organics that it actually needs, when you eat the pineapple, it won't have the vitamin C. It won't have the vitamin A. It won't have the small, tiny parts of vitamin E or B12 or anything else. It won't be in there because it's not sucking it up, because it's not in the soil. It's very important that we realize that. I have contacted a number of congressmen, not only from Wisconsin and our senators from Wisconsin, but from other states as well. And they've all agreed. Every single one of them has agreed with me. I won't tell you their names, but it's been quite a few. And I've said this over many, many shows. I'm going to say it again. You need the organics in the soil to get it in your fruits and vegetables. Because when we eat a simple ear of corn, it does not have what's supposed to be in it. We're just eating fermented corn. That's all it is. All right. This has been a
say
go.
one thing
Yeah,
too,
sure.
in addition to her fact that she's talked to, and she does all kinds of research all the time. My sister, Master Gardener Brittany Lene, to be professional, and she knows her stuff, quote unquote. But also, I have been with her when I have seen and heard many people say the same things that she's been saying regarding they're not the minerals and vitamins or whatever you call it exactly.
Right.
They're not in the soil, and also the fact that that is one of the main things that has a lot of people concerned regarding the fact that men are not, from the lack thereof, those things, they're not getting the right thing for the testosterone,
the hormones,
etc.
The hormones for men actually come from the green family they're called brassica family. It's broccoli, it's Brussels sprouts, it's spinach,
kale.
Right? Yeah, kale. It's things like that. It's just not there. It's not there anymore. And there was a big, huge study done by Ohio State University, but this was back in the early 70s. They did a 20-year study, and they reported that out of the 70 minerals and vitamins that are supposed to be in there, there's not even 40 of them in there, and it's gone down. These men are not getting the testosterone. Us women, we're not getting the estrogen. It's not there. We're not getting it. So we have to change that, dumbing down the food chain. We have to change things around. We have to. We don't have to go back to horse and buggy, but we do have to go back to some of the old practices. By not spraying your fields. Yeah, I know, spraying an herbicide on your field to knock it all the weeds. Sometimes those herbicides lay in the ground for 50 years, and we're ingesting that. Yeah. So you got to look at that stuff. Well, this Fraser family promo has gone on long enough. And by the way, folks, you will start to see titles and funny little things and music and ends and to our programs like we used to have. If you watch the old reruns, you will see we have titles on there. We have words that come across, plus music to beginning and end of the shows. All of that is coming back because we're working really hard, especially me, working really hard on doing this stuff. Okay?
Little bloopers, you might say.
Yeah. Yeah, we're working, and we're going to show you some pictures of the room as it turns around, but there's a lot more to go. If folks wouldn't believe what's already been done, it's at any rate, I'm Master Gardener Bernie DeLaNay. Until next time, be green, and remember, it's not work, it's fun. That's the name of the channel. Please watch, like, and subscribe. You can subscribe to Twitter, Facebook, or YouTube, but a lot of people, don't ask me why, but a lot of people not only like us on Facebook, but there's thousands of you that actually really like us a lot on YouTube. So, and I created my first YouTube short just not too long ago. It didn't turn out too good. So, it kind of sucked. So, we'll be creating a lot more of those, especially Andy's shorts. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye-bye. Adios. Y buen día.